What's up, guys? Hockey 1940 here. We are back with another episode of our New York Islanders BGM Mode series in Year 7. And what a year it's been. We made a trade midway through the season, picking up Nikita Sherbak, trading away Spencer Smallman and Wayne Simmons, and wow, did it pay off. I mean, I'm recording this all as basically a marathon in one night from that trade video to this Stanley Cup final episode. So I won't have seen your guys' comments. I don't know what your initial reactions of that trade were. But, wow, did it pay dividends. I mean, we are now, fast forward from that trade deadline, we're now in the Stanley Cup final for the second time in 7 years. Unbelievable. Alright, Edmonton, you're not getting the cup. You're not stealing this from us. We did not come all this way to lose again. We're not going to lose again. We're not going to go down the way we did against St. Louis. We're not going to do it. Our team is way too good. We've had two amazing and such a magical year. It's not going to end now. But let's check out the Edmonton Oilers team to see what we are dealing with here in the Stanley Cup final. Alright, Edmonton Oilers, first line. We know what it's all about. Taylor Hall, 90 overall. Sniper. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 91 playmaker. And Nail Yakupov, 85 sniper. That is a filthy first line. We've seen filthy first lines before. Second line, David Perron, Matthew Barzal, and Corey Conacher. There's no sniper on that line, but still a very good second line. Third line, Benoit Pouliot, Yakimov, very similar to Yakupov, and Teddy Purcell, pretty good third line. And then fourth line, Timu Pulkkinen, Leon Draisaitl, and Nikolai Kulemin. Pretty good fourth line other than the sniper there. But, you know, man, I'm not worried. Defensive core. Martin Marincin, 91 overall. I mean, just look at Ottawa's D-core. It was a lot better than this one. I'm not worried. Clefbaum, 85. Nurse, 84. Justin Schultz, 85. Fane, 82. Petrie, 83. In the net, Davey Young goalie? No, Ben Scrivens, 81. Man, I'm excited for the Stanley Cup. I really am. I honestly think their first line is deadly, but the rest of their team, I mean, defensively, we faced better teams, and in the net, they have no goaltender. No goaltending. Scrivens and Dubnyk, I mean, the two worst goalies we've seen. You know, I can see why they've made it to the final with those two goalies, just because their offense is so good and their defense is good enough. But we can beat this team. I think I was more afraid, well, not afraid, but I think Ottawa was more of a competition, at first glance at least, on paper, than Edmonton is. But we'll see. We have the better record. We have home ice advantage in the Stanley Cup final as well. That is huge. Alright, game one. Without further ado, Stanley Cup final. First period. 7 years in the making. Here it goes. First period. 2-0. That's how we want to start off. Manny Heatley on the third line and Ryan Strome on the power play. How did he score a backhander from over there? You do like a Malkin spinorama, but from the opposite way? I don't know. Second period. Wow, we were killing him in the shots. Second period. 3-1. There we go. John Tavares made it 3-0. Conacher got one back. Actually, former Islander right there. Actually, I don't think we had him in this GM mode. Actually, we might have. Yeah, I think we had Corey Conacher at the very beginning. Yeah, we had Conacher at the beginning. We traded him pretty much right away, because he didn't really fit. But he makes it 3-1, but I am not worried whatsoever. Come on, Gibson, shut the door. Shut the door. Ooh, Taylor Hall. Wait. Not over yet, but Tyler Toffoli puts the icing on the cake, and we win 4-2. I mean, Taylor Hall, he scored that goal with 3:36 left. Worried me a little bit, you know, because I've seen goals easily go in the last 3 minutes. Tyler Toffoli came back 37 seconds later to put the icing on the cake. And we take the 1-0 lead. We win at home in Game 1. That is huge. Always great to take the first game of the series. Actually, have we lost the first game of the series in any series just yet? I don't think we have. I'm pretty sure we've won Game 1 of every single series. Game 1. Yeah, we've won every single Game 1. Alright, boys. I can't believe it's almost June and we're still playing hockey. All right. Game 2. Let's keep it going, boys. Let's not happen to us like what happened to Ottawa. Let's get the 2-0 series lead for the first time since Carolina in the first round. First period. Wait, well, I didn't even notice that. Teddy Purcell scored on the first shot of the game? Oh my god, Gibson. That's not how I wanted to start it off, dude. Come on. Alright, that's not a good way to start it off, but that's only one goal. It's only one period. The shots are even. I'm not worried. I can't say it enough. I'm not worried. Second period. There we go. That's why I'm not worried. Brock Nelson on the third line. 1-1. That depth goal scoring. I love it. I love seeing the third line score goals. Alright, third period. Oh, no. Martin Marincin right off the bat. Come on, boys. Somebody step up. No. It's over. Alright, very, very tight game. We got 34 shots on goal, but somehow Ben Scrivens turned aside 33 shots. And Gibson only made 26 saves. Yes, Scrivens just outplayed John Gibson in that game. And they've tied up the series. I mean, you know, now we're at a best-of-5 series. Now we're going into their own building, so you could say they have the advantage. But I'm not. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Game 3, first period. Let's go. Let's get off to the early lead. First period. There we go. Ryan Strome on the power play. I love it. I love getting those early goals. Those are first period goals. Second period. Yes. All right. They got one back, Darnell Nurse, but Brock Nelson again on the third line with 9 seconds left. This guy's stepping up in the Stanley Cup final. Makes it 2-1. We're out shooting them by 12 shots. There's only a 1-goal lead. John Gibson. It's all you, man. It's all you, John Gibson. If you can keep the puck out of the net, I guarantee you we will win this game. Obviously, we will win this game if you don't give up any more goals. It's all you, Gibson. It's all you. Third period. There we go. Ollie Kapitanov gives him the insurance marker. Oh, he gave up one. Nikolai Kulemin, there's still 10 minutes to go. But Tyler Toffoli again with the 4-2 icing on the kick goal. Left bomb with a minute left. Oh, wow, what a crazy game. Every single one of those goals counted. You know, Kapitanov, 3-1 goal. How huge did that look? That would have only been the tying goal at that point then. Kulemin, another former Islander, made it 3-2. Toffoli made a 4-2, which now looking back on it, that was a huge goal because then Clefbaum, we would have gone to overtime twice. But luckily, we gave up 2 goals, but we scored 2 right back. 41 shots on the net. That's one thing I've really noticed in these playoffs. We've had no problem getting through the other team's defense and getting shots on the net. We've not had any issue doing that, and scoring goals has been no problem either. Wow. All right, let's check out the stats. Johnny Gaudreau, 3 points. See, this guy just silently gets points. You don't see him scoring too many goals. 3 points, 3 assists. That's huge, man. That is huge for Johnny Gaudreau. We've taken the 2-1 lead in the series, and we've beaten them in Edmonton. You know how long it's been since Edmonton has seen the Cup? Now, I don't remember. Actually, we can check that right now. Stats. I don't know if in any recent years the Edmonton Oilers have made it to the final or won it. President's Trophy. Wow, I keep flipping back and forth. Stop flipping. Stanley Cup. Okay. Clarence S. Campbell. So no, this is their first time in the final, I think, in this GM mode. So their fans have been waiting since 2006. To see their team in the final. So we had the chance, just like we did against Ottawa, to take the 3-1 stranglehold lead on the series. But if we let this slip, it's a best-of-3, and anything can happen in a best-of-3. So let's take this 3-1 lead while we have it in our sights, boys. Let's do this. First period. There we go. Okay. David Perron scored the first one, but then Brock Nelson, we got one back. I actually just realized David Perron went back to the team that he started out with before he went to Pittsburgh. Brock Nelson, man, this guy's amazing. 3 goals in the Stanley Cup Finals so far. Unbelievable. 15 shots to 4. There is no reason why we lose this game, boys. No reason. Second period. There we go. Ryan Strome in the second line. This guy's had a great series as well. Third period. Come on, Gibson. You need to keep us in at this game. Johnny Gaudreau early in the period. There we go. And that is enough. Gaudreau, look at that. 24 seconds in. And the New York Islanders, just like to score this game, take a 3-1 lead in the series over the Edmonton Oilers. We are 1 win away. 1 win away from winning the Stanley Cup. You know, St. Louis Blues, I don't remember exactly how back and forth the series was, or if there was a comeback in there. But, you know, we lost in 7 games by 1 goal. In this series, we're up 3-1 in the series. Oh, man. I'm not going to get my hopes up because I've seen crazy things happen. I've seen 3-game leads just vanish. I'll get David Perron for them, 16 points, but it's no match for Gaudreau. Gaudreau has more assists than your top guy's points. That's what I'm talking about. Game 5, we're in New York. Do you know how amazing this would be if we can win, if we can end our drought winning it at home in Game 5? Let's do it, boys. Let's go out there and just do it. Our team is way too good. We're just way too good. Our chemistry is just through the roof. First period. Oh, we're down 2-1. All right. Nugent Hopkins and Teddy Purcell. But Casey Zizekas, the third liner, got him back. Got one back. It's only a third of the end. It's only 33.33% of the game. We still have this, boys. We still have this in our grasp. Let's go get it. Second period. Oh, Nikolai Kulin. We're not out of it yet, boys. Come on, get one quick. There we go. Manny Heatley on the third line. Oh, no. Corey Conacher. Man, the former Islanders are just stepping up. Third period. Come on. No, Yakimov. It's over. Oh, Barzell. They're embarrassing us. Somebody go out there and fight them. Oh, my God. All right, so that was the game they had to win. You know, their coach was whipping them in the locker room with a belt. You know, they had to win that game. You know, they had to force the Game 6 in their building. But now, you know, we have to kind of stand on our heels here. You know, we have to kind of be on our toes because, you know, now they're going back to Game 6 in their building. You know, now they have the momentum coming off that huge win. You know, if they can force Game 7, anything can happen. So let's not lose this game. All right. First period. Oh, crap. All right, Yakupov scored the first goal. I'm not worried. Not worried. Let's go, boys. Let's do this. I'm going to do ×8 through the last 2 periods. Taylor Hall, God. Dude, come on, boys. Somebody. Okay. ×6. ×6. Come on, boys. Get an early one. Get an early... God, man. Martin Marinson. Oh, my God. 5-1 loss. Don't let this happen, boys. Do not let this happen after all that. Do not let this happen. I was practically raising the banner already. I was sitting there with the rope pulling it up. Don't let this happen, boys. I got to make a line change. I'm not taking Gibson out of the net. I'm not even going to do that. Sure, you can say Gibson has given up 11 goals in the last 2 games. I'm not taking out John Gibson. I'm not taking out John Gibson. That would be so stupid right now. We've only scored 3 goals in the last 2 games. That is our problem. Our goal scoring has just vanished. So you know what? I have to make a change. I have to make a change. Oops. Not sure his numbers. At lines. You know what? Put Johnny Gaudreau on the first line with Tavares and Danner. Let's try it. And then we playmaker, sniper. We got to try it. That's all I'm going to change. Yeah, that's all I'm going to change. Yep. Actually, how good are Halpern's individual stats? Not too great. I'm not going to bring him to the top 4. Alright, so we had the 3-1 stranglehold, but Edmonton came back on fire and scored 11 goals in 2 games, outscoring us 11-3. We're now in a Game 7 situation. This is something I had said, you know, in St. Louis, we went to Game 7, we lost by 1 goal. Don't let this happen again, boys. Don't let it happen like this. We don't deserve this. The Edmonton Oilers do not deserve to win this. We deserve this so much. We've done so well this year. So well in these playoffs. We've earned this Stanley Cup. Go out there and win it on home ice. Anthony Danner, Johnny Gaudreau, John Tavares, Ryan Strome, Tyler Toffoli, Nikita Sherbak, Manny Heatley, Casey Cizikas, Brock Nelson, Matt Bolesky, Zach Smith, Ryan Callahan, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Aaron Ekblad, Griffin Reinhart, Oleg Kapitanov. I forget Halpern's first name, but Halpern. Travis Hamonic, John Gibson, Frederick Anderson. Those are the 20 names that I've mentioned before in this GM mode. Well, I'll just read this text right here. Hashtag Lord Stanley will be in the building tonight as New York Islanders have an opportunity to take the Stanley Cup away from the Oilers. Hashtag playoffs, hashtag finals, hashtag Game 7. We are full of energy. We are just pumped up right now. Let's go out there and kill them. Let's murder them. Let's do this, boys. Come on. Times 8 the whole way through. Come on, boys. Come on. Yes! Oliver Ekman-Larsson scores the first goal. That's what I'm talking about. OEL. There we go. Johnny Gaudreau makes it 2-0. Johnny Gaudreau! Yes! 3-0. 2 power play goals. Okay, Yakimov got one back. We're going to pause the simulation. First of all, do this times 4. Come on, boys. We're up 3-1. John Gibson. Yes! Anthony Danner, the kid, on the power play. Yes. Come on, boys. It's over. It's over. Anthony Danner, the kid, the Calder Memorial Trophy winner, the future alternate captain. Oh, Pulkkinen got one back. I don't care. I don't care. No. Oh, man. The Edmonton Oilers, they're done. They're done. And the New York Islanders, we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. The New York Islanders are the Stanley Cup champions. That's right, boys. It took us 7 years. It took us 7 years. Like I said before, I can't see the comments, but for those of you who didn't like that trade, trading Smallman and Simmons, I don't care. Because you know what? We won the Stanley Cup because of that move. You guys got to trust me when I make trades like that. I know what benefits our team in certain ways, and just those signings of... I'd also like to thank 2 other guys. I'd like to thank... Ryan O'Reilly and Dmitry Kulikov for those draft picks. I mean, Anthony Danner, what a year this kid had. We're doing it at home as well in Game 7. What a year. It couldn't have gone better. It just couldn't have gone better. I don't know why we're flipped on Edmonton's side, but whatever. Oh, man, this year just couldn't... It couldn't have gone better. We started out not so great. Not so great. But we made that trade for Nikita Sherbak, and it just flipped our entire team around. And we are now champions of the NHL. 14.4 seconds left. Stanley Cup final patches, look at that. Top 5 in goals we beat Bobby Ryan. Anthony Danner's tied for the lead in the playoffs in goals. What a job done by Anthony Danner. I mean, if I could choose the Conn Smythe trophy, it would go to either Danner or Gaudreau. But I'm sure Gibson will end up getting it just because they usually give it to the goalies, which I don't like. I wish this game gave you the option, like, it let you choose, like, from 3 different choices. Like, it shows, like, your goaltender, the top point guy, and, like, the top goal scorer, and let you choose which of the 3 to choose for the Conn Smythe instead of having the game just choose the goalie for you. But yeah. Oh, and they had to go offsides. Get out of here, Edmonton. No, so Hall actually isn't their captain. Looks like David Perron's their captain. Very interesting. All right, so David, you're not getting the Stanley Cup. It's going to Johnny T. The 2009, I believe 2009, first overall draft pick. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the New York Islanders are the 2021 Stanley Cup champions. We won it in 7 games. Oh, what a year. What a year. Oh, and he's all lonely on the bench. Get out of there. I don't even know which player you are. Number 42. There we go. John Gibson, the winning goaltender, still has his helmet on. Oh, David Perron. Get out of here. Get out of here, Ben Scrivens. You're not good enough to win the cup. Oh, there we go. The captains shake hands. Ben Scrivens and John Gibson. And the Conn Smythe Trophy to Johnny Gaudreau. Johnny Hockey. 30 points, 11 goals, 19 assists, 17 hits, a +2. Oh, well, how deserving is that, man? That's awesome. I love how they didn't give it to Gibson. Gaudreau definitely deserved it, man. And Johnny T lifts the cup over his head as the captain of the New York Islanders, the Stanley Cup champion New York Islanders. Oh, man, does that sound good? There's the final box score. We outshot them 42-25. How does it feel, Edmonton? How does it feel? They just got stabbed in the neck there. Gaudreau, 4 points in Game 7. MVP, the 2 MVPs right there, Gaudreau and Danner. It was hard to choose between the two. Danner got 11 shots on goal, man. We had what, 42 shots? He got over a fourth of our shots on goal. What a beast! That guy better be like 95 overall next year, man. I'm telling you. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Johnny Gaudreau, 4 points in a Game 7. What more can you say? Danner, 2 goals, 3 points. I mean, what a team. What a team. One of the best teams I've ever built in GM mode, honestly. This team just clicked. From day one. From the first game we simulated with Nikita Sherbak, it just clicked. It worked. And later that year, we won the Stanley Cup. Unbelievable. And Johnny Gaudreau, how deserving was that Conn Smythe trophy? I mean, I remember when we were looking to make that trade, I wasn't sure whether to give up Gaudreau or someone else, and I said, you know what, Johnny Gaudreau would be the perfect. I remember, you guys can quote that. I said that exactly. Johnny Gaudreau would be the perfect second liner, and he won the Conn Smythe. Who would have thought when I made that trade and I said that Gaudreau would be the perfect second liner, that he would later win the playoff MVP in our Stanley Cup winning season. Unbelievable. So let's simulate up. Only one team can be the champ, and this year, it's the New York Islanders. I am so proud of what you achieved this year, and so are all of our fans. Amazing job this year. You did great. Don't thank me. Thank the players, man. They were absolutely outstanding. I've never had a team that cooperated with me the way that this team did. You know, I've had teams win the Stanley Cup, but, you know, there's ups and downs. You know, there's almost collapses. I mean, that sort of almost happened in this series. But, I mean, this team just was so dominant. It's just, I had so much confidence in them, and every single player, every single line. You know, if I saw a line that didn't get any points, was minus, I didn't care. I still had faith in them. And we won the Stanley Cup. Yeah, we'll just get up, Pro Scout, yeah, then we'll work on upgrading all of that. Alright, what's it gonna do? Yeah, Stats Central. The playoff tree. There it is, the New York Islanders are the Stanley Cup champions. That is awesome. That is awesome. Player stats for the playoffs. We know who was the leader. Johnny Hockey, Johnny Gaudreau. How good did that trade look like in year one? Or not year one. You know what I mean. The first few years trading Jordan Eberle there. Yeah, he led us in points by far. 30 points in 25 games. Strome 22. Danner 21. Tavares 20. Toffoli 17. Sherbak 16. Ekblad 15. Capitano 13. Ekman Larson. Nelson. I mean, and these guys, Nelson had 3 goals in the Stanley Cup final. Don't forget about that. And also remember, these 3 guys, all their points came in the last 2 rounds. So Nelson actually got 8 points in the last 2 rounds. Cizikas and Heatley got 5. Smith, Halpern, Bolesky, Callahan, Hamonic, Reinhart. So Hamonic and Reinhart, neither of them got any points throughout that entire run. They were minuses, but again, they were part of the team that won the Stanley Cup. You know, big defenseman as well. You can't boot them off the team, obviously. And then goaltending. John Gibson started all 25 games. We never had to switch to Frederik Andersen. I never wanted to. Even when he gave up 11 goals in 2 games, I still went with him. And he won us that Game 7 in Ottawa. 2.45 goals against, average 16-9-0 with a 91.46 save percentage with 3 shutouts. So that actually got worse as the playoffs went along, but you expect that as he plays more games. Alright, so obviously Anthony Danner won the Calder Memorial. If he doesn't, I'm going to break my disc in half. My NHL 15 disc. Yeah, so let's actually simulate up. Let's check out the retirements and the awards in this video, and then the next video we will do the Year 7 off season. Wow, what a year. What a year. So now we still have 3 years left. We could still try to go on a dynasty run, which would be great. But, you know, now we don't have that hanging over our heads. We don't have that Stanley Cup drought hanging over our heads where we have to think constantly every single year, we have to make this move, we have to sign this player to win the Stanley Cup. No, we can run with what we have and see if it works again. If we see like a 90 overall guy in free agency, we're not going to go out and sign him just because. We're not that type of team now. Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders. Calder Memorial champions, the Syracuse Crunch. Yeah, Tampa Bay AHL affiliate. We still have $8 million. We did that with $8 million in cap space. When you look at the Stanley Cup winning teams last few years, the LA Kings, Chicago Blackhawks, Boston Bruins, they were all tight up against the cap. We had $8 million in cap space. That's because Danner and those guys had no contract. That's another thing. What did I say about Goudreau's contract? Goudreau had an amazing regular season. He won the Conn Smythe Trophy. This guy's only making $3.8 million for like the next 3 years. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I can't say that enough. I can't. Unbelievable. Alright, so we might see guys like Callahan, maybe Zach Smith, Bolesky. We might see some guys retire. But we'll see. We'll see. Nobody on our top 6 is going to retire. Alright, so let's check this out. Ryan Kessler on Anaheim, Mike Santorelli, Daniel Winnick, Boyd Gordon, retired in Boston Bruin. We had him for a little bit. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep him for the Stanley Cup. Eric Stahl, retired in Carolina. Mark Giordano, Calgary. Oh, wow, so Eric Stahl, he got over 1,000 points. Bickle, Abdelkader, Trevor Daley. Pouliot and Soderberg retired without the Stanley Cup. Bolin, MacArthur, Mike Richards retired for LA. Ryan Suter retired. That sucks that they didn't get to trade these guys. Parise just got over 1,000 points, over 500 goals and assists. They both retired in the same year. Yeah, man, they couldn't trade them. Reed Coburn and Clutterbuck. So Cal Clutterbuck, we had him for a little while. He retired. Mikhail Grabowski, we traded him in year 1. He retired. Matt Carl. It's Matt Carl. Rick Nash retired. Wow, over 1,300 games played, over 1,000 points. Wow. Good job, Rick Nash. Thank God we didn't trade for him at the deadline. That would have been a useless move. So long, Rick Nash. Brent Burns retired from San Jose. Paul Stastny from St. Louis. Dan Girardi retired to Blue. Matt Fradd and Bobby Sanguinetti. Alright, so that does it for the skaters. Now for goaltending. Yaroslav Halak, Kari Lettinen, Pekka Rinne, Cam Talbot, and Brian Elliott. Justin Pogge retired. That does it for the goalies. Trading block. No, we're not making any trades. I don't care. I do not care. So, that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Probably the best episode of this GM mode so far. But we still have 3 years left to go. So, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. In the next episode, we will head into the Year 7 offseason with the New York Islanders. Go through the draft, re-sign stage, free agency. Although, we're not going to be making any trades in the draft. We're not going to be... We're not going to make really any big signings in free agency at all, unless we have to replace a guy, like a fourth liner or something like that. But other than that, we're keeping the team pretty much exactly the same going into next year. So that's gonna do it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, where we will head into the offseason with the Stanley Cup champion New York Islanders.